This one is the most obvious one. Why? Because AI always draws armpits the same way. You might be thinking, Sefhi, how do you know how AI draws armpits? Someone told me. We're going to be talking about AI usage in solo leveling Arise and how the game is right now on a little bit of a rough spot, to say, to call it something, right? So, first, AI. I've been pretty clear on my stance when it comes to AI. I think it does not matter for smaller companies or for prototypes or for, everyday users, you and me. You want a cool profile picture. You don't want to spend $100 on a commission. You don't know Stable Diffusion and you put your waifu in there. Cool, right? Pretty cool. I think it's a problem when you try to monetize it and you call yourself an artist. You're a clown, not an artist. My opinion. And I also think it's a problem when it comes to companies that their main focus is the art, the IP itself, because solo leveling was good because of the art. It was one of the first few manhwas who got traction because of the art, the story, and everything. And when you make a game based on that IP and you use AI, people will complain, which is completely fair. Okay, let's start with that. It's completely fair. I think companies, and more specific gacha companies, should not be using AI. Not Nike, not the Marvel, not anyone. Because what you're selling is that specific part. We want good-looking characters. We want a like. If I'm collecting good-looking characters, why would I pull if you're using AI for your bullshit and spend hundreds of dollars? So let's talk about solo leveling Arise, and you'll see a common theme when it comes to the promotions that they do, and that is that they don't show the hands on a lot of the promotion and the material promo. All right. So as you can appreciate right here, okay, no hands, questionable art style, a lot of things we could point out to be generated. The best example is right behind here. All right, this should be a closed space, but as you can see here on these windows, well, this is clearly AI. Okay, clearly AI generated, and they do this for a lot of stuff, not for the art, for example, these promotions here or the promotions for new characters. Those are like normal, or this one right here, right? This is drawn, but for a lot of promotions in the game, they are blatantly using AI, and it's like that Marvel. You made $2 billion, 2 point something last year. You can afford to pay artists. You can afford to pay the people who are making your game look good. I want to show you the best example for this, all right? Which is the one that they use, one of the first ones that they did. What the fuck is this? Pop siblings, pop lovers. All right, let's ignore that. So we have Cha here. This one here is also a little bit because the main style for the promotions, or for the art itself, is generic. Is what you would get if you were to be using Stable Diffusion. I'm not sure if you guys have used Stable Diffusion or not. This one right here, once again, not showing the hands, not showing anything. Pretty simple style for like most of the stuff that you can't tell is not being drawn because there is a lot of things that they could have changed in order to at least make it look more natural. But if you look at the windows, if you look at a lot of the stuff going on the picture, you can see it's AI generated. Again, you can download right now with Stable Diffusion or Focus or whatever you want, and you are gonna get decent style in 10 minutes. This is the character we are all waiting to pull for. All right, Chahae, we're waiting for her to pull, and this one is the most obvious one. The other ones you could say, I don't see it as much. This one is the most obvious one. Why? Because AI always draws armpits the same way. You might be thinking, Sefhi, how do you know how AI draws armpits? Someone told me, right? Someone told me. But if you look at her face, at the style and the background, it also shows. Okay, it also shows. So a lot of people are complaining because you're making a game where you want me to spend money. And people can spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to get specific characters. Specific characters because we like how they look. Right? Because I like how Jiwo looks, I'm willing to spend money for her. But if you are taking that, what we enjoy, what we want to be seen, and you're just using AI to save money, when you're already making billions, you fucking rats, okay? And taking advantage of that, it doesn't look good. Now, that's like the first part when it comes to the drama for solo leveling, which is the AI. But it also on a rough spot because the game right now has seen no updates. And the first big update, which is coming in a couple of days, doesn't include anything new. It's only a new banner. People are waiting for the global release to see if it's when they actually release the new banner. Because right now the game is super grindy. And there is a difference, for example, when we talk about Girls Online 2, where you get only one event per month. And then you're also getting a new banner every 2 weeks. In this game, at least, they're releasing only a new banner per month too with the event, so I don't see that bad. But the problem is the resources themselves, because either you pay or you're fucked for resources. This game asks you to level up multiple characters because it's based on elemental advantage. You're dealing 150% increased damage if you're elemental advantage. You're only dealing 50% of your total damage if you are against your element. So you have to be building different characters, but they do not give you any resources to actually be doing that. And you need gold for everything. You want to level up a character, it costs golds. You want to level up the skills of a character, it costs golds plus materials. You want to level up the artifacts of a character, here, it will cost you, of course, gold, and it's randomized. It's just like the Brown Dash 2 system. But you also have your main character. You want to level up his weapons, you need gold. You want to level up the main character skills, which you have to change depending on the boss and the level, you also need gold, right? You want to level this up. You also want to level up his artifacts, you also need gold. So they are asking for gold from absolutely every single system in the game, but they're not giving you anything. So right now they have like those two parts, which is AI art generated and how bad they're treating their promotions, and the initial server, or whatever you want to call it, the soft launch server. People are waiting to see the first update, and the resources in game. So those two things are making the game on a little bit of a rough spot. A lot of people are calling this a cash grab from Netmarble. And to that, I agree. The only reason you're going to enjoy this game is if you like the IP, if you really love the IP. Right now, I would not recommend this to anyone who's just looking for a new game, unless you really like solo leveling, because in that case, you will enjoy it just because you can collect those characters. But that said, right, outside of the resources in the game, what is your stance, chat, right now? And leave me a comment also, those of you watching on YouTube, about AI for gacha company. Do you think it is justified or not? I don't care about AI art, just the quality of the art. I think if you use it as a base, it's not a problem. Because at the end of the day, when you're an artist working at the studio, they will ask for you to produce a lot of pieces, right? For a character, 30 concept arts, and then from there you have to actually work on the ones they tell you that look better. So using AI for those initial stages, I don't think it's a problem, as long as the real artists go then and finish what the AI start. Never for the art, possible for smaller things, but even then,
using AI is just lazy way to do stuff. AI will make mistakes, and at that point you don't really deserve it.
Against the fight for personal use only, like you said, getting a new profile picture, but you can spend 100. Yeah, I think personal usage for AI is the best thing. You just want to create some pictures, or we want to make some new emotes for Discord, you can with that, and it's great. I think when companies making billions start to cut down on the people who made them popular in the first place, because for gacha games, it's the characters, it's the art itself, what's making us pull, right? Then it's a little bit more of an iffy top. If they use AI with the real arts, I have no issue, and as long as its quality is fine. Yeah, Nikkei is in that place. They do use AI, and we've seen this plenty of times. The CEO posts his own stable diffusion art, and it's pretty nice. Honestly, top solo leveling would need so much concept art thing that is based off the anime manhwa, which already set up the groundwork. Fair enough. They're using it mostly for the promotions, which makes it even lazier. Because if you have everything already from the manhwa, or how it looks and how it should look, you don't need to be using AI to produce this piece, which you can pay one of your artists. Netmarble is not a small company. They are not like, a small indie company with 30 employees. 役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。
ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。